So, welcome again. This is ManCave Conversations Season 4. Yes, it's been 4 years since we've been doing this. My name is Dr. Cheryll Holmes. I am a psychologist and family therapist. And the goal of ManCave Conversation is not just to help women understand men, but to help men understand themselves. Here, every question, we're going to ask questions about relationship, about life, about men. It's really me getting this card once a year in September. The guys give me this as a birthday gift. They allow me to come into the man cave and hear and ask questions on behalf of the women everywhere. So I'm really appreciative of that. I want to encourage you, if you have not signed up for the life coaching certification, this is something that you want to do. This is an industry that is going to be one of the biggest industries in the world. Right now, men and women are making $100,000 per visit, like John Maxwell, Tony Robbins, and Dr. Holmes. People pay a whole lot for being a coach. So I want to encourage you to become a life coach. And more than likely, you're being influenced by one of my students, one of the graduates from Holmes Training Academy, because they're all over social media helping you. Also, we want to tell pastors that you can also sign up for the relationship counseling if you're doing premarital counseling or any kind of counseling, and you have not specifically been trained on that. I've been to seminary, and I know that in probably a semester, one class is just added there. But if you want to get a tool to help you better deal with some of the issues that's happening now, please register for our relationship counseling session. All right. I know tonight is going to be amazing. We have some new people as well as some other people in here on tonight. So I'm going to invite all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. So you guys may say that we have a lot of people who come from Trinidad and Tobago or the Caribbean. Just so you don't know and you don't recognize my Trini accent, you better recognize my Trini accent. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and so we have quite a few people from there. So this young man is joining us from there. This is Roger. Roger, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? And also your relationship status, just in case there are people who are watching. We'll let them know whether you're available or not.
Hi, good night to everyone. My name is Roger, as was said. I feel real good to say that she said this young man, right? I am really 48 years of age, right? My status is single. I've been self-employed for the majority of my life. I just 4 years ago, I was the first time I worked in an organization which was Digicel, and I'm presently now transitioning back into business because I'm just feeling a little bound down on this whole system, this work system. So have now gone out in the journey into the trading market. So trading stocks and bonds and crypto and forex and so forth.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. We'll come back and hear some more from Roger. We have y'all ready for this? I hope he has his dog glasses on because you're not going to recognize him on today. So put your dog glasses on. Let's see you. Let's see. When he put the glasses on, I'll bring him up. Let's see. Put the glasses on, man. Yeah, okay. Look at this, y'all. Y'all can't recognize him. He's Cognegro. Incognegro. Bruce, what are you up to? You look like you're just chilling. We want to hear you.
I'm sorry, how's my audio now?
It's good, yeah.
Okay. We just got finished baptizing some people. We actually took it back to the biblical times, Doc. We out on the beachfront.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, we just got finished that and I logged right in. So I'm still kind of, coming down off of that. That's the purpose of the glasses. Because we're actually out on the beachfront. Yep.
Okay.
But I'm ready. I'm here. I'm ready.
Okay, let's see if this will make things different for you if you were in the baptismal water. Oh my gosh. Let me just listen. So right now we have Roger and Bruce, and we may have some other people who are joining us, but we've had such a great time here talking for the past few nights. And this one is no different. But I want to start with Roger. Roger, you seem to be a really good business person. You're handsome. I heard you're talented and all of that. Why in God's green earth are you still single?
Well, it's a long story. The reality is that I was married. I was married for 16 years in total, right? So I've been divorced for the past 5 years, and the first 2 years after my divorce, or two and a half years, it was tough to get my head around being divorced, and I may want to deny it, but I think I'm still in that place where it's a pulling and tugging, where there is a fear inside of me of going into a relationship, and it's going down that way again. I've also taken the time to do some introspection and see where my errors and where my mistakes and where I went wrong, because it's easy to put the blame on my previous wife, but it doesn't make sense to me. I don't think it will help me. So I'm looking into myself and still doing that.
Okay. So, people think, and we've talked about this quite a few times, where people, especially women, we believe that men don't feel that pain of divorce. We think they just get up and just go on their way. But today I want to talk about, to you, both you and Bruce, and I think Curtis is coming on as well. So let's get you all right back on the stage. I want to talk about secrets in a relationship. Secrets. Most people advocate for total transparency in the relationship, in the new relationship. So both of you are single, been married before, and you're single. As you're going into a new relationship, how much transparency, if any, would you think is needed to make sure that the other relationship is strong? And at what stage would you divulge information? Roger's waiting for you, Bruce.
Oh, I'm first? Oh, okay.
I see him waiting for you.
Well, I believe in open transparency. There are, however, some things I don't want to know, Doc. At 52 years old, there are some things you can keep from me. I want to think on these good things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I believe in open transparency because at the stage of life that I'm in, I want someone to love me for the real me, and not the mask, not the representative that we usually put out there. I want somebody to really understand the authentic self, and to show me that they embrace that. So I'm for the open transparency, especially the ugly parts. When I was a younger man, I wouldn't put the ugly parts out there. I would do whatever I could to hold those ugly parts back. But as I get older and a little wiser in the Lord, I put those parts out there. Very transparent. Some of the things that I've done, some of my faults. I don't confess my sins. She ain't no Catholic priest. She ain't no priest, so I ain't gotta confess all my sins, and I don't want to run her away that fast. But yeah, I try to put the bad and the ugly out there as well as the good.
Okay, Roger, what are your thoughts? Secrets.
So I agree with Bruce. That's why I wanted to wait, because I believe that he would balance it. However, I do it in stages, because I realize that according to your openness, as I think I just said it too, it has the ability to cause a person to want to have a better word, run, when sometimes it's a process for people to understand where you were, how far down in the gutter you had gone, or how far in the gutter you are still. And so I would take it in stages to express, not literally hiding anything, but take it in stages in what I bring to the table. It will also depend, not really depend, but it also helps if the person that I would be courting or checking out or whatever, that she herself is opening up. So it will also give me that, that kind of comfort to relax and open up myself.
Okay. What would be if you're doing it in stages, what would be one of the first secrets that you would expect, not just to tell, but to be told to you? One of the things initially in the relationship that you think needs to be divulged, only because knowing that would affect the rest of the relationship?
Well, it may be, some of the reasoning why your last relationship failed, or let me not use a strong word as fail, but why your last relationship had to come to an end. Because
Okay.
sometimes those are the things that we need to know.
So if the woman says my last relationship ended because I cheated, is the relationship over?
Oh, no, it's life. The thing is, cheating is something that you do. It doesn't mean that that's how you are all the time. It could mean that you were not appreciated, you were not feeling appreciated, you were not feeling acknowledged. Something could be some reason why you went that way, because I'm looking at myself and saying, I would have entertained other women while I was married, because I wasn't feeling appreciated in my home. So where I was feeling appreciated outside, I would go outside. But it didn't mean that I would feel it. There are many times I would go outside and I would feel the pain of being outside.
Okay, Bruce, what's your thoughts on that? Cheating is not a deal breaker.
Well, no, cheating is not a deal breaker. I don't know if it's going to be a deal maker for me. One of the things that I will ask, doctor, I mean, you know me, I'm going to ask, how many ties do you have?
Really? Is that a question?
Yeah. I'm asking how many ties do you have? Not your body count. I'm not really concerned about your body count, but I want to know, are you currently somewhere in your psyche, are you tied to someone?
Break that down for me. Are you saying that you want to know how many people they slept with, or how many people how many people they slept with? Is that the tie?
No, I don't want to know how many people they slept with. I'll never get married. But I do want to know. Forgive my joking, but I do want to know if there is a person or people that exist in the earth today that occupies her soul. Does she think about them? Does she is she regretful that they didn't get together? Anything along those lines. She's sad that they've broken up. Does he still exist? Do they still interact from time to time? Does he still call your mom? Is he going to pop up at the cookout? Little things like that. I definitely want to know. Is there another individual that you have unresolved affections for or with?
Okay. If she says yes, then because it may be when she was 20, 23, she got married, she was in this relationship, and let's say the person passed away. Would that make a difference? That she still has these feelings for the person?
That would make a difference to me. I'm so selfish, doctor. I have to be the only person that's going to occupy her heart space, her mind space, her soul space. I know we've been with several people, and we got through it by God's grace, but I want to know that her focus, in her internal focus, is on me. I need to know that I'm in there. I don't necessarily want to chase a ghost.
Okay, you could be in there, but can she have a little space for someone else? You could be in there, but
but she got to be a good actress.
How can you tell that someone has another person in their mind?
Oh boy, we can have a conversation, and I can ask you one question, and I can discern from the passion, the excitement, the energy that you express that feeling with. You know how you talk to somebody about something they've been through, and they're talking about it like it's going on right then and there, right now, as you guys are talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's that type of situation that helps me discern how passionate, even if you haven't talked about it in years, but it helps me discern how passionate you are about that particular dynamic that took place in your life.
Okay, any thoughts on that, Roger?
Well, the last aspect, I remembered somebody that, a young lady I was entertaining, and I asked her directly, I say, so you're still interested in your child father, your baby daddy, and why are you asking me that? Now, to me, that's a red flag, because time instead of answering the question, you're deflecting. It will have me considering maybe you are. He is still at you. He's still within you, within your thoughts, within your mind, and he could become a spoken in my wheeler, a third wheeler. He could become an issue. So I would ask. Sometimes I would ask the question directly. Is this last guy you is with you still have affection for him, you still care for him, you still love him, whatever it is. And I would rather a direct answer. If I can't get a direct answer, I would be a little concerned why I can't get a direct answer if I am over that person.
But because you're new, your relationship is new, would you not give her room so that you can grow into that place and so consume every place in her mind and heart? Because the relationship is new, that person, the remnants of that person is still there. And maybe if you give over time, you would, minimize their spot. Would there be any kind of consideration for that?
Well,
go ahead.
room room is always given. It doesn't mean that I am not compiling a case. But room is always given. But I have to make sure that I'm compiling a case that I do not go down a road and waste time and energy, and then I have to literally start over because I need to move on. So if I'm listening to you, but I'm also interpreting what you're saying. I'm taking it and I'm having it there as things to consider.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Bruce, do you concur with that whole case making?
I totally agree with my brother. I am making a case. I am profiling you like those CSI profiles. I'm listening intently. I'm smiling, and we are engaging. But in the back of my mind, I have a pen and pad out, buddy, and I'm remembering everything that you say and how you said it.
Oh, okay.
There's one instance, right? So there was this lady I met. You know, she was all so love, and she had now come out of 8-year relationship, and I was real. I told her, I said, listen, I don't think you're ready for a relationship. Let's just do friends with benefits. She said, no, I'm not into that. I don't do that. I don't live like that thing. We have to hear. I say, I know I'm telling you, right? She said, no. I said, all right, cool. That's cool. Let's go that way. We'll go down the relationship way. However, that same guy that she was with in a relationship for 8 years, she was having interaction with him a lot because her storyline was she had bought a vehicle for him or took out a vehicle for him on a loan or something. So that is why they were connected. However, he would drop her to work, he would pick her up from work. And I said, hey, if you all close up the relationship, why are you, anything you're calling him, you have to call you calling him to pick you up? What was that about? She was denying. So I said, all right, cool, but I'm billing my case. And before too long, it came out in the open. You understand that she was still entertaining the guy, and really and truly how it happened is that I went by her night. And I was
for
just
the,
like
for the benefits, right?
No, I was there. No, personally, as Bruce said, discernment kicked in, and I was just feeling that urge, and I started calling her. I said, listen, I want to come down and hang with you tonight. So she wasn't for it. But I insisted, so I went down. So we were just sitting hanging. It wasn't any benefits because I wanted to see what this discernment was coming, where was it really going, what it was going to prove. And it was amazing that she went to have a bath, and her door was knocking, which would have been about 10:30. So when I look out, I saw a guy, but I don't know the guy who she was with before. But I just assumed 10:30, a strange guy wouldn't just come to knock at your door. So I went to the bathroom and said, hey, is there somebody at your door? So she came out, and so when she opened the door, she realized the same thing. I tried to talk properly because I know it's international. But she came in, she called him inside now and said, come and sit down now, we're now watching a movie. So he's like crazy. He walked and he gave an attitude and he walked out. And then he called her. She went out. He gave her a kind of rough up, a kind of shove, something like that. And she started to cry, and crying. But when I'm looking at her crying, she's not crying because he rough her up or anything. She was crying because she got caught. Because she was entertaining me and entertaining him at the same time. So the thing is, that's why at the end of the day, we have to build a case, even though we will give you the space to prove yourself. So you're guilty until proven innocent. But you're not being charged. You're not being sentenced. But you have been charged.
Okay. What secrets? So now you're in the relationship itself. What secret can totally ruin the relationship? What you're already in, let's say, even the first, second, third, you're in marriage. What secret that a woman can keep that can really wreck the marriage?
Bruce is always first.
What secrets can a woman keep that could really wreck the marriage? I don't know. I'm stumped on that one, Doc. I guess it would have to be on her behavior. Like if she, I don't know, may have slept with one of my friends or something that I was unaware of or something like that.
Okay, so
That's
let's
a tough
use
one.
that. Let's use that. So if let's say she slept with one of your friends in high school or college, not now. She's not sleeping. She slept with that person. Why would it wreck the relationship now?
Well, if it was like in high school, that wouldn't bother me. But like say for example, I was in the motorcycle community. I was a part of a motorcycle club, right? So let's say if I found out that she slept with one of my motorcycle guys that I was constantly around, you know, that knows my reputation in that community, and she slept with him and I wasn't aware of that. Yeah, that would be a problem for me.
If she did this before she was in a relationship with you, it will still be problematic.
Yes.
But, but it was like before, and then she met you and fell in love with you and married you. Why would it be a problem?
It would be a problem because according to the unspoken protocols of that community, something as tight knit, I'll even take it. I'll even take it as far as like the church. If you slept with a member of my a congregation I'm a part of, yeah, I need to know that. You know, maybe it's male ego. You know, maybe that's it. Maybe it's fleshly ego. But I need to know, man. I'm going shaking this guy's hand every Sunday, or giving him tithes and offerings. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that you had a relationship prior with this guy, that would kind of take me off guard.
I this is a problem that I think a lot of people face, and a lot of women would feel that this was before your time, and so it's not like you were having both relationships concurrently, but it's just something that's before. Why does it? Why is it such a big deal? That's the piece. What happens if it's the other way around?
But it has to be a big deal.
Okay, Roger, go ahead.
It is a big deal because if it wasn't a big deal, they would never bring it up to tell me about it.
No, so she brought it
So it
up.
had to be a big deal.
Okay, let's say she just brought it up like they happen. There's a barbecue in the bike community. They're having a barbecue, and you know, she is there as you're saying the person's name is John. John is my man, John, I know John better than you. You don't know him. You just around here, you don't know him. She's like, yes, I do. In fact, we used to go together. So it's not coming out as a confession per se. It's just coming out in conversation. So that's the moment where you're like, you did what? Okay, Bruce, you're muted again.
Out of every tree in the garden of my life that you could pick off of, the one tree that you should not have picked off of, you're going to do it and then let me know it casually like that? My ego would be touched if I knew another man that I am in close proximity with, that I fellowship with on a regular basis, picked my fruit.
But it wasn't your fruit at that time.
No, but he has knowledge. He has knowledge of my fruit.
Yeah, eating from the same plate. Yes, ate from the same plate.
Oh, hi, Curtis. Hi.
Hi, Dr.
Hi. Well, you're here just in time. Would you be mad with him? Or would you be only mad with her because she kept it? So Curtis, just to bring you up to speed, we're talking about secrets. And we're saying that, Bruce is saying that the one secret would be if his wife slept with someone of his fraternity, his friends, his, but I want to know, Bruce, would you be mad with him, with your friend?
I would have an issue with him. We all seen that movie, The Best Man. If you see me get married, I've been courting this woman, I've been praising this woman. You're my man, so I've been talking to you about it, or whatever the case may be. Or you have knowledge of the fact that we are together and we're getting married. I would have a slight issue with you, yeah.
So you'll have a slight issue with him, but a huge issue with your wife.
It would be a slight issue with her as well.
Oh,
I'm sure
okay.
I'm sure if I married her, then I love her and we're intimate and we're close and we talk about things. I'm sure it's something that I could work through, but I don't want to have those best man. I don't want to have those flashbacks like in the movie The Best Man. You know what I mean?
What information about that would you want to know? Would you just want to know that they were intimate, or would you want to have details?
No, I don't want any details. All I want to know is if he picked my fruit.
Okay.
If he has knowledge of my fruit.
All right, Roger. What are you saying?
That's a tricky thing, and the only aspect I would look at is that, so if this person is close, let's say Joel, I am connected with I'm marrying somebody, and Joel was with her. It would affect me a bit, because why didn't you tell me that before we got married? Why wasn't that information given to me? Because it's not a random person. It's Joel. That's like my ring on finger. So it's Joel. Why wouldn't you say that? Why wouldn't you say that before? So now we get married, you're saying it. And then it would be kind of worse to me if you say it in that casual way. Well, I know Joel.
So the way that it's said is important too?
Yeah, if you just bring that in a casual aspect. If you bring it and you say, hey, we need to sit and talk, there's something that is messing me up, I can't continue going like this, and you're showing me somewhere that it's affecting you this much that you need to bring it to the forefront. I may consider she must have just didn't want for our relationship to crash by bringing it up before we get married. Whatever it is, I may consider there. But if just casually you just throw that in the open there, I may have to get some counseling.
Curtis, Curtis, what's your take?
My first question would really be, why was it kept a secret for so long? If we were courting, all right, and you have been intimate with my friend, and my close friend at that, why not? Why wouldn't this have been a topic of discussion early on when we were getting to know each other? Why you kept it a secret? You see, it became a secret because you kept it. It wasn't a secret when we started dating. You could have been open about it at any point in time. But at the point in time that, as you know, Bruce said, on the wedding day, this is not something that you want to disclose, right? So then it's a dirty secret now. All along, it was just something that you needed to share. And I think it would have been a very simple conversation. I don't think anybody at this stage expects that anybody that they meet would have no history of intimacy with anybody else.
Right.
We're not going thinking, okay, I'm going to be the first one. However, if it is that you have knowledge of my friends and you know that you were intimate with him, why not share it? Why keep it a secret for so long?
Okay. All right. So that's given because you guys are saying the fact that it's not that the problem is not the fact that it was done, because you were not in the picture, but that is being held as a secret and it's being told in a casual way. Here's another secret and that a woman may have, and I want you to honestly tell me, I kind of know the answer, but I want you guys to go deeper than the no that you might say and give me the why. So this woman, just before, so you guys were dating, you asked her to marry, you're engaged, that the engagement got broken, or you guys were married, you took a break, you were talking about divorce, and it looks like you're really going down that path of divorce. The woman sleeps with someone, gets pregnant, you guys reconcile the relationship. Should she tell you the possibility that, and she doesn't know for a fact that it's not your child? She doesn't know for sure, because she was sexually intimate with both of you around the same time. Should she wait and see, or should she wait and see? I'm not giving any other options. Should she wait and see, or should she wait and see? And then, and then it's just like, okay.
Yeah, but at some point, if you wait too long, you're just gonna keep it. You're just gonna not bother to tell me.
She is going to have the child, right? She's gonna have the child. This abortion is not part of. Right. She's a woman of God that had an oops. Lord Jesus, the saints gonna get me on this oops. Mm-hmm. So she had a moment. In her loneliness and whatever, and it's not a relationship she had with someone, but she had sex with this person, and so she's going to keep the child. The thing about this is she doesn't know who's the father of the child. You guys reconcile, and everything is great in your relationship. Should she just wait until the child is born and do a paternity?
Yeah, but at what point would she be certain that
when she has the child?
But the only time she will be certain.
No, you can take a paternity test at that.
Right, but then you see that's the problem. That's why you find that people on Maury get so embarrassed, because if I have to wait until the child is born to know, then I'm going to be quite upset. If it is that you told me, well, maybe this is yours, but we can do a test now to be certain, and then we can move on. But not that after it's born, then you hope that it kind of looks like me enough to pass. Especially if a woman has a type, then you really wouldn't ever know, because she might date someone who looks similar to you and just pass it off as yours. But at some point in time, you really have to. And the earlier the better. And that's the thing. If
the quality of life for the child. She did not have a relationship. This was she fell down and she got, because a saint is only a sinner who fell down. She fell down, stayed down too long, became pregnant. And so the quality of life for this child, the other person is not a good person or whatever. You make a good dad. Bruce, your head is about to fall off. What in the world? What's going on in your head? And then we'll go to Roger.
Doc, I'm gonna tell you like this here. If you and I are married and we are moving towards a divorce and you still giving me some, we're not getting divorced.
Oh, okay.
Number two, if you and I are getting a divorce and another man touches you, that is a wrap.
But you don't know. You don't know that another man touched me. This was the time when you moved out of the house and
pause. I'm sorry. I don't want to throw the whole live off, Doc. But did you say me move out of the house? I'm sorry. Was it my house that I purchased?
Oh my God.
That's a whole nother show. But
that's a whole what? I have to write that down. Who moves out? Okay.
Yeah. It kind of threw me with that one, but I don't. I had to stick to the first thing I said. If we are divorced and you're still giving me some, then we're not getting divorced. We're gonna work it out.
say that happens a lot because
Oh yeah.
people don't want to. I mean, the pond out there is not good with a lot of fish. They know the fish they have in their hand. They think the fish is rotten, but they don't want to throw it away because they don't. So people are literally not living together, but then it's just like friends with benefits. So this is, we are not going the marriage way. But I'm saying in this particular case, there was a time where both of you thought the relationship was over.
Mm-hmm.
And she had this moment of indiscretion. And then you guys reconciled. She is not telling you.
It happens. It happens.
We didn't reconcile because if we reconciled, I would have known about this fling that you had.
No, you reconciled after. So let's say, okay, let's put it in perspective. So let's say you guys are living together and whatever. She goes to, she's mad. She said, you know what, I'm taking a trip. She goes to Bermuda. She goes to Trinidad and Tobago. Meet one of those fine.
Pause. I'm sorry, Doc.
Why?
That ain't happening either.
If you guys are divorcing and she takes a personal vacation, she takes some time away from the relationship.
We still live in the same house when we decided to separate or what,
yes.
What's the scenario with that?
Yes. With that, you just said, you know what, I want a divorce. And you said you want a divorce. And she said, you know what, I'm going to take a trip. Right? Because this whole divorce thing is on my mind. She takes a trip, goes into Trinidad and Tobago, seeing one of those fine men, love their accent. And they take her to Maracas Beach just to show her down the dirty water. I'm from Trinidad, I can say that. Not so nice water. And then they have sex on the beach. And she comes back home and realizes she's pregnant. So it's not
being
a law.
Being the OG from the hood, man of God that I am now, we are getting a test.
But you don't, right? So you get the test after the child is born.
Yes.
But she's not telling you.
Oh,
you don't know.
No.
I'm saying you don't know. She's not telling you, one, that there's a possibility that you is not the father, and two, by the time she comes and she sees that baby and he had a little black nose, because she knows the guy in Trinidad was a black man, so she's not worried about that.
Yeah, I'm saying for me, if we ever spoke the word divorce and we separated for 2 days, and you come back pregnant, even if we are still active and you come back pregnant, I have to. I'm gonna have to get a test whether you initiate telling me or not. I'm gonna get one.
Okay.
Definitely. We're not gonna wait until the baby comes to see what he looks like, then to determine if we should get one. No. If me staying, our reconciliation must be on the condition that I know who the father of this child is. If I don't, if there's a query, if there's any doubt in my mind, I'm not continuing in the relationship.
But you think she's a mighty woman of God. You don't even think that she would ever sleep with someone.
Then why are we getting divorced?
Yeah.
Well, there's so many other reasons that people are getting divorced. We just did a show last night talking about that these mighty women of God, they are getting divorced. Mighty men of God. So, Roger, what are you thinking?
I see in my mind up. We are going to take the test.
Okay.
But the test to me, really and truly, if I am married, we're contemplating divorce. She goes to the US. She has some sort of fling, a weak moment in her life, whatever it is. And when we reconnect, we're reconnecting and we're considering or we're seeing that we are reconciling. Before I even know you're pregnant, I should know about that. Because that is part of the reconciliation. You're telling me, hey, even when we were thinking I failed out there, when I went to just catch my head, I end up sleeping with this youth man. It wasn't anything real, whatever it is. And because that's part of the reconciliation. to give all the particulars. But when you don't give all the particulars and then your belly getting big, and then when your child make I see that Chinese child I used to study my grandparents Chinese. That's madness. That's madness. No, that is where you just see people. It's dangerous. So, I think that information, I'm not going as far as a test. For a test is secondary. The first thing is that if we reconcile and that information wasn't given, we didn't really reconcile because you're still coming in with secrets.
Okay, that's dangerous.
Good. Why were we divorcing in the first place? It could have been from secrets.
Wow.
Now we reconcile and you're still putting secrets there. Yeah, my time to move on.
Yeah, that's really good because the fear is losing the man, losing her husband, to a fling. Possibility that is a fling. So I guess what I'm hearing from the man cave is take your chances up front and say that we did have, I did sleep with someone. They mean nothing. Would the man still stay?
I'm not.
Yeah.
That's Greece. What about you guys? What about Roger and Curtis? She's honest.
If I know and I have the information in order to make a decision, then that's good with me. However, if you keep it a secret, then at any point in time that I find out, the relationship is over, because that's a deal breaker for me. And Doc, the reality is that too many Black women would say at some point in time, if you are in a quarrel, they're going to tell you that's not even your kid.
Yeah.
And what you going to do then?
Yeah, but it's but some of these women, when I tell you they can hold a secret, they can hold a secret, especially something like that. They'll hold that secret. They won't ever see that man again from Trinidad. They haven't told their friends. Nobody knows. Absolutely. So the only thing that you're depending on is their integrity, their moral stance, and sometimes even that, when you think about, should I tell them or should I not tell them? I'll take my chance. A lot of women will just let it ride until death. Unfortunately. Well, so I guess what will happen in terms of the child? If it does go until she gives birth to the child, you're connected to the child is about 2 or 3, and she tells you. What's your relationship? Would your relationship with the child change?
I think, Doc, at a certain point in time, I do not want to know.
Okay.
If I have already accepted the child as mine, if I have made the decision, having all the information, and I have accepted that this is my child, I don't want to know that it is not. I'm not going to do a test 6 years down the line, then to see, because I had queries initially, I'm not going to do that. If I have accepted you and I am your daddy, then I'm always going to be your daddy. I'm not going to even find out.
Okay. Anything different there?
Well, boy, I give all that respect because I don't think so now. I'm not sure about that now. I'm not too sure about that. Personally, I'm not too sure because when that information is given, well, I can speak for myself as a man. It has the ability to impact you very intense. It's not that you don't love the child anymore, but the child now becomes a idol or something that reminds you of that performance. And me personally, sometimes I may just do a Mumford, which is just do a disappearing act because I just need to get away from all of it. It's not that I hate
that's
the
what
child.
I'm saying, Roger. At a certain point, I don't want the information at all.
Okay.
I don't
So
want
I
that
rather
information
take
at all.
it to your grave. Take it to your grave.
Take it
and
to your
so it's
grave.
not a tiny,
Yeah.
it's not a tiny man who went with me. He was a black man, so I wouldn't know.
Okay.
But don't come and tell me, that because it's going, it has
Exactly.
the ability. Yeah, you have to do a lot of training, internal training to be able to say, well, all right, cool, and still continue to function. Maybe when I catch myself, I may start back taking time with the child or whatever it is. But initially, I want to just I need to be out of there, but I not. Yeah, I need to be out of that environment.
I know this has been intense.
Totally
Let's get some final words from you guys. This has been really, really good. Every night that we have this, it is so intense. It is so intense. You can see the guys now, even as they talk about this situation, and maybe somebody is here, listening, is going through that, and hopefully through their final words, they'll be able to encourage you, whether you're the man or the woman. Let's get some final words from Bruce.
I would say that people just be honest and transparent. It'll take you into a deeper level of intimacy between the man and the woman in building the relationship. Knowing that someone will accept your raw, honest, open self. Your sins will find you out, man. Trust me. The things that you want to keep hidden about yourself or about some of your situations, anything unresolved, it will come to light. And it will affect your relationship. So let's just be honest from the door. Let's build off of honesty.
That's very good, Bruce. You always bring it. And we're just bless God that you're doing this, and still we're doing some other work of the Lord for the people who got baptized. I know we're going to see you again in the Man Cave. Until then, have a good night, and we'll see you soon, Bruce. All right, Bruce is out. Let's just get final words from. Let's go to Roger. Final words from Roger.
Well, all I want to say is that, just as Bruce said, just echoing his sentiment, is that we need to be truthful in relationships. It's not always easy because sometimes we make a mess. But I also believe that if you believe that, how could I put it? It might be tough to say this way. If you believe that truth you're going to express is going to cause more calamity, even though you might say the truth, we know the Bible tells us that you shall know the truth and the truth will set us free. That has a context. There are some things, it's either don't interfere with it, and if you do get into it, sometimes you need to just take it to the grave. Because at the end of the day, not every single thing that we expose in our relationships is healthy for our relationships.
That's really good. That's really good, Roger. That's really good. I know this was intense. That's really, really good. Roger, we hope to see you again. This is your first time with us in the Man Cave, and we know, based on your contribution, that we're going to be seeing you again. Let's just end with some words from Curtis, and he too is from Trinidad and Tobago.
Hi, Doc. I just want to echo the opening salvo of my fellows in the Man Cave. There's a difference between being truthful and being in a confessional booth. I don't think that the idea of being truthful and open is about expressing all your sins and expecting to get absolution. I think that there are things that your partner can handle now, and then there are things that should be postponed until both of you all are able to discuss it in a mature way, and both of you all are sure that you can handle it. I always refer to the Johari's window, where the more open and honest you are, the more your partner is able to trust and understand you. And in that way, you can get that synergy out of the relationship that you can't have if you all keep secrets, or if you all keep closed in and clammed up. You need to be able and to express it with each other. And if you want your partner to be honest, you need to then not show that you are easily offended when the truth comes out. There needs to be a place of trust, that I can trust you if I bear my hidden parts to you, but you would not expose or embarrass me.
Okay, that's some really deep things there that shared by Curtis. Curtis, thank you so much. It's been good. It's good to have you back because you've been here before and always bring
It's great to be back, Doc.
it's some profound wisdom. So hopefully we see you again before the end of the session. All right, we'll talk to you
definitely.
soon. We want to just kind of wrap everything up today. Today was kind of very intense. We're talking about secrets, and I think it was Roger who talked about the scripture that talks about the truth. The truth shall set you free. And I really advocate for measuring the amount of truth you give and when you give it. And I say that based on the fact that when you go to the doctor may see that you have some kind of illness, and they may prescribe, let's say Benadryl, that's the only thing that comes to mind. That they prescribe some kind of medicine for you. Although the entire bottle is good for you and it has to be consumed, it has to be done in dosage. In fact, they will tell you if you take too much of that good thing that is good for you and it will help you, at the same time, it will do you harm. And so relationships have, based on its stages, would require a certain amount of exposure and transparency. But that being said, the reason for telling is not to get it off your chest. The reason for telling is because it will benefit the relationship. And I think that is the measuring rod we should use as we make a decision what we should say and what we should not say. It does not necessarily mean that you have to say everything that has gone on in your relationship if it will not have a direct impact on the quality of life and the relationship. You know, it's been really, really deep. We all like keeping secrets. There's some secrets that need to be told, and there's some secrets that need to be kept. All right, until next time, this is ManCave Conversations Season 4. I'm Dr. Cheryll Holmes, and I'll see you on the road.